Oh, finally. Well. It's been a while, hasn't it, guys? But like all things, they must come to an end. We just went through one of the longest summers I can remember here in Arizona. And it was really, really hot. But thankfully, here we are on September the 5th, and the forecast is amazing. Right now, it's just a balmy 95 degrees out here, but it's no humidity, so it feels really, really good. Temperature is supposed to drop into the 70s tonight, which means it's cool enough to image finally. So I'm really looking forward to it. So, what are we doing tonight? Well, let me show you here. Let me flip the camera. We have a new and improved Mini Mobile, and this is my Aptron SkyTracker Pro Gen 2, but it's on a nicer, more robust tripod. One of the things I've noticed in this hobby is the constant methods of improvement you have to do to get what you're looking for. And while this mount is great, the tripod it was always on wasn't the greatest. So we've rectified that. This right here, believe it or not, I found it at Goodwill for 20 bucks. This Mead 884 tripod. Normally there is EX or ETX on it, but it happens to work out really good for this. And I said, what the heck, 20 bucks, you can't go wrong. So I improved this, and we're gonna try shooting tonight since it's the first night of this. I'm gonna try shooting the Cygnus region, particularly Satyr and the Butterfly Nebula, and just go through and get some of the kinks worked out and get this thing ready to go. And I'm gonna do some wide field untracked here with my Sony. And as you can see, it is an absolute gorgeous view out here. Believe it or not, guys, I'm only about 10 minutes from home here. So it's quite nice that I have all this to my lonesome here. This is really, really a great place. One thing I love about Arizona is the wide open spaces and the beautiful views. And we're looking there right now between Black Mountain, the Tabletop Mesa, and if we come on over here, yeah, we're looking up the valley there. Those are the Bradshaw Mountains out in the distance. That is Quintillo. And then toward where I live over there, that is the North Gateway region of Phoenix. So, But this is a quiet little spot I scouted out. And tonight we're going to try it for the first time and see how it goes. And if everything is accordingly here, I'm hoping to get some nice images. So, anyway, that's the plan tonight. We're just going to work through some kinks and have a good time. So what is this episode about? Well, this episode is what I like to call dialing in the gear. That's what this is going to be about. Tonight we're going to dial in the gear. I've been out of the game for 4 months. I've, of course, cleaned all my gear, everything, and that functional-wise is good. But we have a new piece of gear, meaning the new tripod, and, you know, the gear hasn't been used in a while, so it may have fallen out of focus. You know, it's the little things. And one of the things I always tell people is make sure to dial in your gear. It may take me a half hour before I even start imaging, but because I'm going to take test shots. I'm going to do all that. And so it is very, very important that you dial in your gear. My Ioptron is old. It has seen me through, this is the 3rd season now. So she's getting a little old. She's getting a little rickety. She's still doing it. I want to make sure she still tracks right. You know, and we want to make sure we're getting good images. We got to dial in our exposures, all that. To do astrophotography, it is a lot of prep work. And I spent most of the day today making sure batteries were charged, cameras were clean, so on and so forth. And if you don't upkeep your gear, if you do not keep it in good condition, it will fail you. So, being tonight is the first night in 4 months I've shot, tonight is the night where I'm going to dial in my wide field rig, and I'm going to dial in my other rigs here, and just work out the kinks, and what's going on with this, how is this working, so on and so forth. And if things look good, I'll run an imaging session. My target tonight is Satyr in the constellation Cygnus. Why did I pick Satyr? Satyr is probably one of the easiest stars in the sky to find. It's also a signpost. Satyr marks the Butterfly Nebula, and it's a beautiful nebulous region in the Cygnus region, and it shows up very easily. Whether you have an astro-modified camera or not, do enough exposures and you'll be able to see it clear as day. And I always like to use Satyr as my test bed. It's a star easily found. You can easily focus on it and then run your testing on it. And if you do it right and everything is fine, it'll look phenomenal. So we're about, judging from the sun there, we're probably about an hour from twilight here. And yeah, it is gorgeous out here. I love this spot. What I'm going to be doing is, while I'm shooting with the big rig over here, I'm going to be shooting landscape with my Sony here. And I want to get some really nice wide field images of the mountains with a star field behind it. You know, nothing special, just something cool. So hopefully that one turns out for this episode. And then, as I said, with this one, it's going to be working the kinks out. And if everything goes accordingly here, she is pointed north. I'm going to shoot over in this region of the sky because Cygnus should be up right after dark. And I should be able to focus and start an imaging session and see where we go. So, everybody stay tuned, because here we go. Well, the sun has set and we're ready to go. This thing is tight, ready to rock. Wide field ready to go. Smartphone rig ready to go. The stars await. it's going to be a gorgeous night.